welcome to St. Louis Park Rec Center for a good girls hockey matchup for you tonight as the undefeated Maple Grove Crimson pay a visit here to St. Louis Park to take on the Benilde-St. Margaret's Red Knights. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Dan Ficken, and Dan, got a Maple Grove team that coming in undefeated, ranked second in the state. They had a good year last year. They're looking to take that next step this season.
Yeah, they really are. They were disappointed last year they didn't make that step, and they really went to work this summer and got into the program and built themselves up into a 10-0 record right now, though they're very optimistic. This is a test for them tonight, though, because they're playing the #2 team from last year.
Yeah, the Red Knights, state runner-up a season ago. They definitely graduated some firepower. Not the same team they've had, but they're coming on, and their coaches are saying that they got a hard-working group. Maybe the pressure isn't all on like it was last year, and they're just getting better as the season goes.
Yeah, they Coach Herbst is tremendously optimistic and really happy with the way these kids work. He actually said it was the best team he's had. This has been St. Margaret's, for heaven's sakes. That's saying something. He's quietly optimistic about what they're going to do, but he's doing it in steps. This is a test for them tonight. It was marked on their calendar, the holiday tournament and then state. So we'll see how they step up to these undefeated Crimson tonight.
And for Maple Grove, they've been tested some by their teams they've played so far, but they know that this is a section opponent, and B, a team that's been a state-level team over the years, and so they want to see how they fare against the Red Knights on the same token as well.
Well, we got the season, and then we got the season. This is a game to prep for the season. It is the toughest section in the state, bar none. I don't care what you say. It's a state tournament in itself. They've got to work against each other to see where they're at and get ready for that playoff. Get an idea how the other team works and what goes on. So it's a very important game for coaching, for strategy, and for confidence. Let these kids get some confidence that they can beat each other. So we'll see how that goes tonight.
Let's talk about key players to keep an eye on in tonight's contest, starting with the Crimson. Abby Larson's had a great career and is having a great senior season for Maple Grove.
She was interviewed on Hockey Hub this week, and they were talking about her team, and all positive. We work hard. We like each other. We were disappointed in how it ended last year, and they took it to heart. They've been working all summer. Now, she's been injured, but fifth week into this, all of a sudden, she started scoring, and she's their core and their leader. When she's putting the puck in the net, everything comes together. But here's the nice thing. She's got 7 goals, but she's got 8 assists. That's a leader. She shares the puck and makes her line mates better. You'll notice her on the ice. She's fiery. She wants to win tonight, big time.
And for Benilde, we're going to talk about a player who can get the job done at both ends of the ice and also has one of the coolest names that you're going to find in the girls' high school hockey, Zandy Swedberg.
Unbelievable. Played forward all these years. They put her back to defense this year because of her senior leadership, strong skater, and could adapt. And guess what? Leading scorer in the team as a defense person. So she stepped up big time and filled a need that they had on the back line, which had to be strong. There's only 2 senior defensemen. She's one of them. But she has stepped up and solidified that group. And she'll have to continue to improve that, though, especially with this team that scores 4 goals a game. No problem in the Maple Grove Crimson.
All right, we look for a good one tonight. December hockey at its finest here. Number 19, Benilde, hosting number 2, Maple Grove, up next on 12 Sports.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Welcome back here to St. Louis Park Rec Center as we get set to drop the puck here between the Crimson and the Red Knights. And joining us ringside tonight will be Allie Arlton. Let's go down now to Allie.
Thanks, Jay. It's the battle of the two shades of red here tonight, with Maple Grove looking to improve at 11-0 on the season. To do so, Coach Potter says that his girls need to make adjustments to speed, as the Red Knights are known to be fast on the ice. Now, Coach Herbst says for his girls to be successful, that his goalie, Anna DiGiulio, has to really have a big game in between the posts and steal this game for the Red Knights. He also says the girls need to attack in the crease and put up some dirty goals. Jay?
All right, thanks very much, Allie, and we'll be hearing from the coaches between periods with Allie as well here tonight as the Red Knights and the Crimson get set to face off, and obviously could be important when you get to section seating time too, because of the fact that these teams, as Dan said, in that extremely difficult section 6AA. As you get a look there at Dave Herbst, the Benilde coach, and enjoying working with this group, as he told Dan before the contest. And we are getting set to face it off here, and we are underway as Maple Grove in black and Benilde in the white and red. Circling back here, Gabrielle Hewson for the Red Knights. Puck picked there by Haley Herdeen for Maple Grove. Now Larson will dump it into the Red Knights zone. DiGiulio has played all the minutes for Benilde so far this season. Puck pops free here in behind the net. Herdeen taking that pass from Claire McLean. Now back out to the point. Long one on net without a whole lot on it. Stick save there by DiGiulio, and the Red Knights looking to break it out. Pass does not connect. Back to gather here for Maple Grove is Kelly Precker. Gets the pass onto the tape of Taylor Wente here, and they will send it in and give chase.
Well, as Allie alluded to and what you found out earlier, you'll see Maple Grove. They come hard through the neutral zone with speed, and they'll put pressure on you, dump it in, and forecheck you, catch you on your heels, and try to create plays. And we're seeing that already so far.
Pretty balanced team, too. They don't throw out three superstars and then just hope for the best with the next two lines. They've got pretty good balance. And that's certainly an important thing for their team. Sent ahead here, and Katie Denicky relays it in deep, and we'll head off on a change here for the Crimson. End-to-end stuff so far without anything really in terms of scoring chances. No icing here, as they rule that puck went right by Bailey Went there. In behind, a little takedown, but no penalty coming. Red Knights trying to create some offense from behind the net here. Maggie Conry being bothered there and tied up.
Well, Coach Herbst here would like to see have them get a lot of shots on net, and then try to get some garbage and dirty goals here against the goalie who's been hot. They really haven't had any offensive presence so far. It's been a lot of Maple Grove, but hopefully they'll change that and get some more presence down deep.
Maya Martinez putting it out front, but that one's intercepted. Ingrid Lundberg trying to get it out of there. Now thrown across ice by Swedberg here. Gets it to Ellie Barr, and they'll look to break out. Nice pass right back to Swedberg. Changing sides there to relieve the pressure. Good job with the stick there offensively, Sydney Simone. Now they try a little wraparound, and Brianna Blessy will pounce on it here for the Crimson as Crystal Sorum brought that puck in. And you get a look at Blessy's number. She's really been splitting time with Coco Francis. Francis ended up playing the JV game tonight because another goaltender was ill. So they have pretty much split right down the middle, each of them 5-0 so far.
Well, the team goals against per game, Jay, is .7. It's not even one goal a game. They've both been outstanding players in goal for Crimson. It's the big one place where they have a definite advantage, I think.
Dumped into the Benilde zone off the stick there of Megan Truman. Truman back to get it there and whips it around to Megan Cornell. Nice breakout here by the Red Knights. However, the next pass does not connect, and it's going to be icing against Benilde. But you can see they've just excellent at breaking the puck out. They've got their systems, and you can tell at this point in the year as you get a look at what Anna's done so far. 5-2-1. Benilde lost a couple games in a row back-to-back to pretty good teams, Dodge County and Breck, and other than that, have played good hockey. And certainly, you know, you don't just immediately replace a Brittany Wheeler, Kelly Panic.
Oh, no.
Those are kind of, you know, once-in-a-generation kind of players in their program. However, they do things well as a group, as a program, and I'm sure they're going to have some say in how things shape up by the end of the season as well.
Well, part of it, too, is that there's really no expectations as a Benilde team after losing so much firepower, and I think that's what makes it fun. The kids work hard, they work together as a team, and as a coach, you want to see that. It's a nice change, but they have their own expectations. It has nothing to do with the public or the papers or anything like that. And like I said, this is a test game for them. They're looking to perform well to see how they're standing right now.
Pass gathered in by Katie Denicky here from Maple Grove, but again, Benilde, I like their D-to-D passing so far. It's been decisive, it's been crisp, and it's helped them get the puck out of the zone on a number of occasions already. Now picked up an opportunity here, but the defender gets a stick on that one as Julia Pius, the freshman, firing the shot, but deflected up into the netting. We'll have a face-off in the Benilde zone. 12:52 to play here in the first period. No score on the board. Slight edge in play to Maple Grove, but nothing big in terms of chances really for either club yet. Pius working hard. Oh, she's knocked down. Penalty is coming. Houston is going to go here for a rough, it looks like. Pius did a great job of stepping over her to get position there, and that's what drew that penalty as much as anything.
Get a good look at it here. Just got the hips and shoulders in there too much from behind and took her down. And, you know, with the way this Maple Grove Crimson team scores, they really don't want to be in the box. Although, Jay, both teams have good special teams from the penalty kill and the power play. So it's going to be a challenge for Maple Grove to score on them.
Benilde quickly wins possession and dumps it down the rink. And shorthanded on the forecheck there is Sorum. Maple Grove able to get it going out, cutting it through neutral. They'll look to get their power play set up, but that pass gets away. Nice recovery, though, by Martinez for Maple Grove, and around the horn it'll come now. Sydney Hansen. Trying to work it out of the corner here. Larson falls down, but still got a decent pass away there to Maya Martinez. Martinez back out to the point. Thrown toward the net. It deflects back over. Controlled again there by Martinez. Pass out to the top. Nice job by Sydney Hansen to control it. Here's an opportunity. Oh, and a pass
right there.
Big rebound. And they're not able to get it past to Julio there, but they keep it in nicely. Taylor Wenty
created a good shot, Jay, and then you could see the three black jerseys going right to that net, and they got a rebound shot that Julio kept out of the net, but boy, Crimson came at him real hard.
Puck deflected away. Megan Cornell trying to clear it, but it pops out of play here. Here's definitely the best chance of the game so far right there for Taylor Wenty. And then there's a big, juicy rebound, and that one is denied as well.
And you see in that picture, 4 Crimson players right around that net, closing in like sharks, you know, going into a feeding frenzy. That's the way you score 4 goals a game right there, Jay.
Good side-to-side movement there by DeJulio, showing she's sharp early. I think Maple Grove, you know, in hindsight, looking back at their playoff loss last year, they were kind of out-physicaled, out-muscled a little bit by Wayzata, and that was something that, you know, I think as a group they realized. I mean, you can't really add to your size. You either have it or not, but just some toughness, getting some goals in front of the net is something that they as a program kind of needed to concentrate on a little bit too, I think.
Well, the off-season program that they've had and the way they operate, they've built strength in there. They've really worked hard on that strengthening and being strong on their skates.
Penalty is over, so Maple Grove gets 1 or 2 good chances on it, but Benilde able to kill it off. And so back to 5 skaters aside, nearly intercepted there, but got it over to Conry, but that one broken up. Nice step up there by Riley Norman for Maple Grove. Flip back out to center. Norman there to get it. Sends it across and now relayed on in by Martinez. Wente will get there first. To the trailer, quick shot. DiGiulio lost sight of it for a moment. Now a wraparound try as it's thrown back out front. Maple Grove putting on a little heat here on this shift after the power play ends.
Well, you saw a good example of how they work. They dump it in, and then they try to beat you to the puck. And when they do, they're deadly, especially with the trailer coming down the slot, as we saw that last time. And really nice offensive creation there by the Crimson.
Connery got tangled up with Riley Norman. I'm not so sure Norman didn't get away with one there, but play goes on. Now the little drop pass. Benilde struggling at the back as both defenders were down. One had lost their stick. And Sorum got her stick back and gets back into the fray. Now Maple Grove an interception. Here's Larson floating a pass out front. And the next pass is knocked away, but still not out of danger as the Crimson get it right back. DiGiulio missed on a poke check. But pretty good recovery by Benilde's D as it looked like they were outnumbered. Not anymore. Here's DiGiulio, a save on the opportunity there for Haley Herdeen. Just as I'm saying, they got back into position. Next thing you know, Herdeen's walking out front alone.
Crimson being very aggressive at going to the net there, and they're kind of catching Benilde's defense off stride. They get him out wide here in the corners, then they move in tight and they beat him.
Here's Larson, a shot and a goal. Top corner under the crossbar, stick side, and Abby Larson. Boy, Maple Grove looking relentless. I like the pace of the play, and not even so much just how fast they're skating, but how fast they're thinking and moving the puck.
Yep. Real good setups. Three-man triangle. Set that up. One is always high. One's, two are low, but got an opportunity and just shelved it. Real nice play. And Abby Larson's been on fire lately. She's come around from that lower body injury and has really gotten on fire for the Crimson and gets them off the stump early in the game here for a 1-0 Crimson lead.
Herdeen will get the lone assist on Larson's goal. It comes at 8:08 of the first period, an even strength goal. Here's a shot that's deflected and DiGiulio pushes it to the corner. Now in behind Crimson again, right back to the attack, and Benilde right now kind of reeling as Maple Grove has it all going. Katie Denicky trying to bring it to the net. DiGiulio a very wise cover there.
They were getting tired down there. Part of it too, Jay, is I'm looking at the defense for you can see Rob Potter there in his 5th year here with the Crimson. He's very happy with where they're at right now. He kind of expected it, but he wasn't sure they'd be here. They left the season on a 12-1 run last year and have picked up right where they left off. And unfortunately, that one was that loss to Wayzata in the sections. But I'm looking at Benilde's defense here. 9th grader, 8th grader, 10th grader. They only got 2 seniors, and the rest are pretty young.
Top free at center ice there by Grace Peluso. Now in on the rush, and the shot fanned on him. Blessy will knock that one aside. Flip back high out to the point. Benilde trying to get an offense set up here for one of the first times in this first period, but Maple Grove will have none of that. They quickly get it clear. Sent back to the line there, and Swedberg getting it ahead now. Maggie Connery with a little room up that right wing, and Blessy has to make a stop there as Benilde was changing behind her, so it didn't have much help. Sydney Hansen gets it ahead. Larson's pass does not connect with Herdeen, but taken back by Herdeen. Herdeen will drop it to the point. Coming in to join it is Claire McLean, and that one floats over off the dasher there. Larson coming to the front, shooting, and the save made. Pass deflected. Larson will fire again, and another pad save made. Benilde again back on their heels as Maple Grove doing a great job in the offensive zone.
Watch Larson. She's got her head up all the time. She looks the ice. It isn't just about her. She's looking at. Look at that. Look at how she scans the ice. She's trying to find anybody she can, and she keeps following after it. Does a real nice job of trying to feed her teammates, but if she doesn't have it over, she'll take it herself.
Here's Larson shooting. That one deflects into the corner. Simone's pass intercepted at center ice by Sydney Hansen, and right back into the Benilde zone they are. Boy, they're transitioning very well.
Got a real relentless forecheck, and they don't quit at all deep inside the Benilde zone. They keep coming back after you.
Roll that one on the way out, and then it's flipped down the rink. This is going to be icing here as Sorum, they needed a change, and able to send it back off. 6:21 to go here in the first. Maple Grove leading 1-0, and more the ice is tilting their way as Dave Herbst's team right now caught back defending an awful lot more than you'd like in this first period.
A lot of times I think that you're not quite sure what you're going to get. Now he's getting an idea what he's got. I think he'll make some adjustments in between periods, but DiGiulio's going to have to hold him in here.
Ooh, and there's a quick, hard wrist shot from Wente, but DiGiulio snapping the glove out and able to keep it out as Wente went straight up the middle there and got away a very good shot here as she cut it back right between the D, and that's not that easy to save. It looked like it because of her positioning.
Yep. You really can't let them get a split. You can get a shot in between on you that close to the net here. The way they shoot, they could get one by. DiGiulio's held up really well, though, Jay. She's been everything as advertised so far tonight.
Yeah, didn't have much chance on that Larson goal. It was such a good shot up under the crossbar stick side. That was an excellent goal. Flip down the rink here. Not going to be icing, so Blessy will set it up. Get the rush going back the other way. Now Benilde with an opportunity. Shot and a goal! Grace Peluso. I think Blessy maybe was looking for the pass, and instead Peluso disguised it well and then got rid of it in a hurry and beat her stick side.
I think we'll see the defense in the way he uses the screen. Grace Peluso, sophomore here, father's one of the coaches. Yeah, she used that D as a screen to mask that puck a little bit as she moved off to the side, and we got on Blessy pretty quick because that was a pretty hard shot there. There was some good velocity and caught the inside pipe. Real nice, accurate shot. And we'll see if that ignites the Red Knights a little bit now.
Going to be an unassisted goal for Peluso. And so a 1-1 hockey game, as just we're talking about Maple Grove had really started to control things, and Benilde gets a kind of a partial 2-on-1 there, not quite a full, but Peluso.
Well, as I was talking to Coach Herbst before the game, he says we're going to have a few games where we're going to get outshot like 31-15, but we might win it 1-0.
Crimson changing as they dump it back into the Benilde zone, and a turnover forced. Can't afford to be indecisive with the puck there if you're Benilde, and Maple Grove going back, trying to get some forecheck pressure and dig it free again. Herdeen takes it away, and nice play to step in and help out by Sedona Brown, or that one was going to be another good chance for the Crimson. Puck carried around behind the net by Connery. Puts it out front and just missing was Simone. Larson sending it to Herdeen. Herdeen shooting. That one goes wide of the mark. Larson trying to dig it free. And puck still is loose. They don't want to give the whistle as DiGiulio had the puck, she thought, trapped against the side of the net, but not enough to draw the whistle.
This is a beautiful setup. Look at the reverse pad, back directional, and bang. Got a really good opportunity to put it in. If she could have lifted it, it would have been a 2-1 Benilde lead.
Yeah, it looked like Sydney Hansen got enough of her stick to really make her miss that puck. So wasn't a perfect play defensively by any means by Maple Grove, but they did get a last little stick lift in to help out there. Ahead now to Simone, trying to play it around Lainey Baldwin there. That pass off a skate and then off another out at center as Houston comes back to play it. Maple Grove brought it in offside, and now it will be whistled down as they never got quite touched up there, and the puck came back in. So 3:29 to go in this first period, and it's a 1-1 hockey game as Larson and Peluso have lit the lamp here in this first period. Maple Grove's certainly had the better of the play, but as we said, Benilde getting a couple good chances, and one of them went in on a sneaky shot from Grace Peluso, the sophomore. And intercepted in behind. Nice play there by Martinez. Trying to get it back out. Now he'll flip it back down deep. Pius gains possession here. Now they look to come back out to the point. Here's a shot, and that one got all the way through. A blocker save as it was put on net there by Precker. Red Knights can't quite clear as it took a bad bounce off the glass. Now they get it to the Maple Grove blue line there. Back to play it is Precker. And a takeaway here. Peluso trying to line up a shot, but was bothered there and didn't really get much on the net. Back the other way now. All alone there offensively was Bailey Went as they were changing up. Got a shot on net anyway. Larson wins that battle and spins into the zone. Her drive went off the shin pad of Swedberg. Houston can really skate here for Benilde. And down she goes in the corner there, but not a penalty there as Herdeen throwing it out. Larson tips it ahead. Swedberg gets there. Larson putting pressure on her, and now Houston. Peluso's pass intercepted and brought in offside because of the good stick there.
Another good example of boy transition. The Crimson are turning it fast anywhere from the red line in, and they're ever dangerous. And Jay, I love the discipline on their forecheck. You see a triangle rotating all the time, so there's always somebody backing up and somebody attacking, and they're picking off errant passes.
Well, and they've got good speed, but they're also, I want to say, skating with a purpose. I mean,
Yep.
they're getting to the spots they need to. They're not just flying around showing off their wheels.
Yep.
And a turnover here. Pass out front, hit a skate. Now going to the net. Oh, it's kept out of there with a great play by Sedona Brown as she helped her goalie out. That one would have been in. DeJulio was beat, but the defender getting back to sweep it off the goal line. And we stay at 1-1. Under a minute to play now in this first period. They're going to wave off icing because they really let that puck go. Tip free, Maple Grove, a very near miss just as we got to about a minute to play in the period. Benilde fans hollering for a penalty there as Pius knocked a Red Knight down, but not gonna get it.
Boy, look at that. Took the passing angle right away. They're scary.
Under a half minute to play now in the first. Maple Grove trying to generate some more chances late. Now Peluso coming out of there with it for Benilde. Julia Stelgis will throw it on in. Lessie back to stop it. And here come the Crimson, a 2-on-2 rush. 5 seconds to go. The shot. And DeJulio will make the save and pounce on it with 1 tick left on the clock. And Maple Grove will make a change here. Try and get one crack at it late here. Claire McLean coming in to take the draw. And the buzzer will sound. So an entertaining first period of hockey, no question about it. Maple Grove got on the board first. Benilde answered about 3.5 minutes later. So after one period, we sit at 1-1 here. The Crimson and the Red Knights. We'll be back with more of our live coverage of girls high school hockey in just a moment.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
One period in the books here at the St. Louis Park Rec Center. A 1-1 tie here between Maple Grove and Benilde. Let's go down now to Allie.
Thanks, Jay. You know, Peluso got a goal here in the first period to tie the game up, but Maple Grove has really been aggressively attacking your goalie. Have you been upset or happy with your defense and their performance in the first?
I think we're getting beat to the loose pucks. DeJulio's making the first save. It's going in the corner, and our players were standing around watching. We got to get going. We got to win the races to the puck, and then we'll go from there.
Have you been happy with the attack in front of the net with your offense? You did put up a goal. Your thoughts on that?
I think we need, like I talked earlier, we got to get more aggressive, get more shots on net. I think we only had 3 or 4 shots. And throw pucks to the net and hopefully get a dirty goal.
All right, Coach, thanks for the time.
Thank you.
All right, Jay, back to you.
Thanks, Allie, and thanks to Coach Herbst. He took a moment to get over because he was having some discussions with the officials a little bit. He felt that Maple Grove had gotten away with a penalty or two, perhaps, in that first period. We are 1-1 here through our first period from the St. Louis Park Rec Center. Happy holidays from all of us at 12 Sports. Maple Grove 1, Benilde 1. We will be back with more of our coverage of tonight's girls hockey telecast on 12 Sports.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
A lot of action in that first period, and 1 goal apiece here as Maple Grove and Benilde tied up at 1. We check out our first period highlights here, and Maple Grove certainly the better of the play overall, and then that'll be reflected here in what you see in our highlights. Is here's a quick shot, nice pad save there by DeJulio for Benilde, and then here's the goal for Maple Grove. Larson getting the return pass from Herdeen and snaps it under the crossbar and in. Herdeen gets a good opportunity there, and that one stopped. And then on the rush here, quick shot and the hard shot fired by Wente. And here's Benilde answering a little 2-on-2 rush, and Peluso, well-placed shot on the stick side. And then watch this near miss. The defenseman Brown able to sweep it off the goal line after it had gone between the pads on DeJulio there for Benilde. You see the shots, a big advantage for Maple Grove, 16-3 in that first period. And just the 1 penalty call, much to Dave Herbst's dismay there for Benilde. We will come back with our second period here, see what adjustments the teams have made. 1-1 our score, Maple Grove and Benilde on 12 Sports.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
It's so shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
A look at the banners here for Benilde and St. Louis Park hockey. Of course, they share this rink. They've got some the black and orange ones on the right side of the rink as we look at it here. St. Louis Park's recent hockey history not as big as Benilde's, but obviously theirs goes back much farther. So they've got some late conference championships and some section and region championships among their portion of the building as well here.
A number of state tournament appearances and a rich hockey tradition down here on this side of town.
Plus, he didn't have a lot of work in that first period. I mean, I'm sure she would say I'd like to have that goal back, but it was just such a well-placed shot. I don't think there's much to be concerned about, you know, based on that.
I don't think she's losing any sleep over it. You know, you get beat. If it's a good shot, you get beat. I mean, good goalies get beat. Patrick Waugh did, anybody else did, but I think that defenseman screened her, and it got on her before she knew it was going in. It was right in the right spot. Now, we'll see if adjustments have been made here by Benilde. They're going to have to really get tough on their passes. They're going to have to spread the rink, and they want to reverse it out. The forecheck is too good. You got to get back off to the other side and get the Crimson to back off on you a little bit. You don't want to force it up the same side all the time because they're ready for it. So we'll see if they make that adjustment this period, Jay.
And it was interesting about the first, 5 shifts or so. I was praising them for being pretty good at that. And then after a while, Maple Grove just started to clamp down and take that away from them.
Yep.
Flip back into the Benilde zone as we get our second period underway. Swedberg back to gather it here for the Red Knights. And her pass taken away. Larson's long shot hits Swedberg. Still in. Here's a drive, and that one bounces just wide off the stick of Sydney Hansen. Now the Red Knights able to break it on out. Sorum going hard up the left side, and the puck just stays there on that wet ice. Didn't come with her. Now it rolls toward the front. Blessy knocks it away. A couple players all tangled up in front. Now Herdeen gathering it for the Crimson. Tipped into the zone by Lainey Baldwin. Swedberg getting over there to play it first. And then it's turned over right outside the blue line. Relayed right back in by Lauren Kaufman. Back down deep there, Deneke. There they try and reverse it, but Kaufman steals it. She tried to come back out the other side, was met by a defender there. Now here's a quick shot, and nice stop on the shot by Deneke as she circled out into the slot. Nice little move there to avoid the stick check and got away a pretty good attempt.
A good opportunity there, but again, the Red Knights plagued by a little sticky ice there, Jay. They came out their stick twice, once in the defensive zone there and once in the offensive zone.
Here's a redirection, but not much on it there, and DiGiulio knocks that to the corner. Onto the stick of Stelgis. Stelgis will send it into the Maple Grove zone. Blessy out there to stop it. Fanned on there, but still controlled by Brown. Gets a shot, and Blessy there was a little bit of a screen that passed in front of her there. And so she just had to rely on her positioning and let that puck hit her. You could tell that she wasn't, you see a couple of players tied up, and a good job of getting in the right angle to screen her there by Maggie Connery, one of the captains for Benilde.
Exactly what Coach Derp was talking about. Get somebody in front of that net, get a dirty goal, get a screen, get a bounce, get something.
Fanned on, and it slides through everyone there. Back to pick it up, Tippy Hill for Maple Grove. They chip it out to center. The Red Knights get it right back, though. Peluso fires, and there's Blessy with a glove catch. That one sounded like a pitcher throwing a good hard fastball into the mitt. You could hear that one all over the rink.
Yeah, Peluso's got a little heavy shot there. She really lets that thing go. But, Jay, that might be the first time I've seen Benilde stop the Crimson breakout cold at their blue line and transition it back in and get themselves a good shot.
Herdeen flipping it ahead to Larson and then stopped at center. Benilde able to push it back into the Crimson zone, and they'll look to start it back the other way. Larson. Nice pass to McLean. Clara McLean carrying it. McLean, a little drop, and Herdeen hits the outside of the net. This line for Maple Grove is very good. There's a pass that sneaks through everyone, though. It's going to go all the way back down. Blessy will come out to get it here. And it gets away, but luckily for them, Benilde was changing. Nobody around. Kicked in by Larson. Herdeen and Larson work to free it up. Here's Herdeen putting it out front. It's off the goalie's stick and up in the air. Played back down to the corner where it's tracked down by Hewson for Benilde-St. Margaret's, but had her pocket picked and got some help there as Mandy Nylander broke that pass back up, but it's still in the zone. Here's a high shot just over the top. Maple Grove trying to pick up where they left off in the first, really bottling Benilde up and getting some quality chances.
Just as Benilde was starting to assert itself and doing some pretty good things, Maple Grove just said no.
A couple players alone in front. Sorry, Dan, as they almost had a chance to pull the trigger there. Sent netward, but knocked down, and Benilde clears it, and going to be no ice here as it'll slow down. Benilde looking to change all five. Maple Grove looking to quickly counter. Got it ahead to Deneke, and a shot. And then it caroms around on the rebound. Megan Cornell sending it the other way, and now picked up by Truman for Benilde. Maple Grove is doing a nice job of really jumping that breakout pass when they've tried to work it along the wall, and they've intercepted a number of them.
So they got to come back out around, make some short, quick passes. Oh, look at this. Peluso's loose.
Good recovery, though, as it's chopped away from her. It looked like she was going to have a great opportunity there, but Campa is able to break it up. Now it's Pius firing, and let's see, is it in? No signal and no goal. DeJulio was laying on her back with the puck underneath her somewhere. Maple Grove was thinking it might be in.
Ooh,
that's awful close.
Darn it, I wish we had one of those cameras above the goal line there, Jay. Man, oh man. The one thing that I'm noticing that Maple Grove is really quick, especially changing direction. They can just do it on a dime, and it's really beating Benilde hard.
Back to the point, that shot knocked down as Riley Norman fired. 3-on-2 chance for Benilde, but Maple Grove quickly gets back. Makes it a 3-on-5 as they skated back hard.
Yeah, that's where that hard work that Coach Potter talked to us about too comes in. They back check just as hard as they skate forward.
Now a 2-on-2 rush the other way. Pius getting it in the middle. Here's a quick shot. Ooh, and DeJulio, a nice stop as Maya Martinez, the freshman, got a good attempt. Here's a look at that last one.
That might have been all the way over the goal line.
DeJulio laying backward to cover it. And it's one of those where it's entirely possible that it was, but you can't say for sure by looking at that it was.
Well, and then the referee was not in position to make a good call on that one either, so I think the Red Knights got away with one there. Oh, my.
Turnover forces Maple Grove getting back quickly on the back check. McLean looking for Larson out front. And it deflects wide. Now they put it back out front again, and Herdeen's shot is deflected up into the netting. So Maple Grove again able to generate chances.
Take a good look here. Triangle's being formed. Look at them split up. They're getting 3 set aside. They start forming a triangle to go, so they know where each other is. So they put a puck in an area, and they know one of their players will be there in practice and how you set up in your systems. And this is what Coach Potter's tried to teach them. Aside from the skating, they're doing a very good job, and they're maintaining discipline with that positioning. As Jay's, like you said, they know where they're supposed to be, even with their speed.
Dump back in here, and Benilde trying again to work out how to break the puck out against the speedy Crimson forecheck. Sent right back in. Cornell and Herdeen give chase. Peluso floats the pass over to their left wing side and out to center. Conry dragging it behind the net. Now Peluso sending it back down toward the corner. Conry puts it behind the Maple Grove net, but sent around. Kaufman carrying it, shooting, stick save there. Tried to bank it out, but didn't work. Back down toward that corner. And there's a nice interception by Kaufman. Kaufman sliding the pass over, just got away from Taylor Wente. Maple Grove, though, doesn't hang their head. They're right back to the attack. And then the shot fired by Tina Campa, and DiGiulio able to make the save. Maple Grove continues. They have to believe that, okay, if we keep getting chances like this, we're going to be putting a couple away sooner or later.
But to remind you, what's the score? Doesn't seem like it, does it? I mean, just 1-1. This is where Dave Herb said we could steal a game by doing something like this, get outshot, but yet get the key shots when they need them. But the Giuliani's been very, very good tonight, Jay. She's needed to be.
Brecker able to keep it in. Fan on her pass, though, and it's tipped back out to center. They just quickly come around the horn and bring it right back in, and Martinez sending it to the corner. And takes an unexpected hop there. Bailey went trying to bring it out front. That pass knocked away. Red Knights can't quite clear. Now it did come out of the zone. Tipped ahead, and the race is on. Sorum coming to get it, and just over the top. Wow, she had that in mind right when she got that puck. Going to try and go high on the far side, and she almost got it done. Benilde, few chances, but have made the most of them and almost went ahead right there. Stelgis coming off the wall here, firing the shot. It hits a defender. Larson up with it. Stelgis, though, knocked it away from her and keeps it in. Benilde definitely showing plenty of fight here, even though they've been back on their heels quite a bit. Larson, nice spin to get away there. Puts it ahead to Herdeen. Herdeen banks it off the boards to herself. Herdeen and Brown fighting it out for the puck. Crimson come up with it and push just wide. And then cleared out to center. Stelgis will throw it down the rink, but it's going to be icing here against Benilde-St. Margaret. So we will head back into the Benilde zone as you get another look at a really good opportunity for Benilde-St. Margaret's. And you see winning the race to the puck here is Sorum, and watch her try and go high, far side.
Didn't miss it by much from the looks of it. That far side high corner, pretty close.
Not so sure if Leslie had that one to do again, that she might not have been more aggressive and come out and tried to play that puck herself. I think she had room to do so.
Well, part of it, I think, is the problem that she's not seeing a lot of action. You know, she's not being forced to play her angles or get out the. She's watching a lot of this game, and I'm not saying she's losing attention, but that could be a sign she is.
Flip back into the Benilde zone there by Lainey Baldwin. Houston trying to spin away from pressure there and dump right back. Larson will get there first for Maple Grove and knocked down. Only one penalty's been called tonight. They've pretty much let him play here. A little drop pass, but that one's well read and taken by the Crimson. Herdeen, and it gets through the defender there. Baldwin coming up with it, but back to take it was Swedberg. Red Knights able to get it out. Simone's pass. Now the second try, they'll get it in deep in the Maple Grove zone and change up. Kaufman. Her pass came right back to her as it went off a skate. Kaufman carrying it up that left side. Tried to drag it out front, but Lundberg came back to break it up. Campa sliding it across. Tipped into the Benilde zone, and they were offside. Didn't realize it, so face-off coming up outside the Benilde line. 6:39 to play here in the second period, and even though the puck has still been mostly in Benilde zone, I kind of feel like they've done a little bit better job of not allowing as good a chances as Maple Grove had in the first. Agreed, and even improved a lot this period. They started out good, had a little 5-minute lull, and now they're back to, you know, kind of controlling it and keeping them out of good shots. But Jay, they need to have some offensive time. They need to take pressure off their goalie. Maple Grove cycling it down low here. Deneke, they try to put it out front. It's knocked aside. Cornell hustling after it. Peluso gets to it, sends it back around, but you see there's nobody really there. Now a nice breakout pass. It goes off the stick of Connery, and rush interrupted. Sent right back in by Stelgis. Now, even though there wasn't anybody there, a Red Knight did get it without pressure on her, and it allowed them to get it out of the zone. That's a reverse. And they need to do more of it now because they're just getting buzzsaw. Look at this. Blessy having to make a stop there on Sorum as Kaufman got a little too confident stick handling in her own zone. There's a backhand try. Climbs over Blessy, and it's in. Yes, sir. Benilde will take the lead. Blessy got a lot of the puck. It crawled over her and then landed near the goal line, and they nudged it in, and Benilde is up now 2-1. Just persistence here, and just got a little sustained time in the zone. This is after an initial shot, came back, got the backhander. It bounced and got over the top of Blessy with the Benilde player in front of her bothering her, so she lost some concentration on that bouncing puck, and oh, look out, 2-1 Benilde. Simone trying to put that shot on Blessy to save. I'd be interested to hear. I'm not entirely sure who ended up will get credit for this one. Here's a deflection. It's loose again. Look at this. And it goes just wide. Blessy scrambling. She's lost her stick. Mayhem in front of the Crimson net. Benilde seeing an opportunity to not just be satisfied with taking a 1-goal lead. They almost had another. Now the Crimson coming back the other way, and a quick shot there by Maya Martinez. Simone will end up getting the goal, and Swedberg, I believe they said the assist at 11:30. Opportunity here, but that one deflects out of play as Sydney Hansen fired the shot. It's another look. Its initial shot is taken by Simone, and they're giving her credit for the goal, looks like. So it must not have been touched again. You see it goes off the pipe. I thought that lunge there might have knocked it in. It looked like it was bouncing, though. It's kind of tough to tell there. The bounce got away from Blessy. It was almost like a knuckleball, if you want to call it that, and changed direction. At least we know she was bothered by that player in front. Was that number 10 for Benilde?
and it bounced and got away from her. And well, there you go, Coach Herbst. There's your dirty goal.
Maple Grove trying to answer a game they've dominated large stretches of, but now find themselves trailing 2-1.
I like the way Haley Herlin right now is dominating. She's really she settled things down. She took control of the puck. Has created some openings. Got a good shot there, but she's turned this thing around.
Here's some.
Oh. Look out here. The Red Knights are just mounting an attack here. Good 2-on-1 opportunity, and darn, you got another one.
Big save there. Now Maple Grove getting a little more pressure, and DiGiulio the stop.
Well, this has been a nice 3 minutes here, Jay. We were talking about a good opportunity here by Maple Grove. They just have this knack of when they get a chance to use a screen defenseman, they use them. They've taken 5 or 6 shots like that tonight to get some on DiGiulio.
Crimson able to pull it free, and that one goes off the outside of the net there from Wente. I'm sure Maple Grove, you know, kind of fighting the feeling of what do we got to do to get another one past DiGiulio here.
Didn't someone say that Maple Grove had a definite advantage in goalie? Wow, making me look stupid. DiGiulio's been outstanding tonight, and I bet you she started to get into their heads a little bit, yeah.
Behind the net, Kaufman bringing it out front, fires. DiGiulio makes the save as positioning for a screen there was Deneke, and Deneke had knocked down for her efforts.
Well, DiGiulio staying calm there as an annoyance in front. Deneke was right there, just annoying the heck out of her.
This game's so exciting. Dan just spilled his drink up here.
I'm just losing control, Jay. It's unbelievable.
There's a shot that hits a skate. Under 3 minutes to play now in the second period. A 2-1 lead for Benilde-St. Margaret's. And a penalty is coming up. And now whistled down. We are going to get a hooking call.
Yeah, and I got a reaction from the Benilde-St. Margaret bench. I kind of took a peek over there. They aren't happy about that, but yeah, okay. Maple Grove's going in.
Maya Martinez is going to get the gate here. Down in the corner, she'll be the second Crimson. Oh.
Well, what was he calling here?
The arm was already up by the time Martinez got there.
Absolutely. He switched that call. That's why the Benilde.
Okay.
Well, they both went in.
We got one of each, yeah.
And
the initial one was the hook, and then Martinez came in with a little check afterward. Okay, got it. So Swedberg goes for the initial hook there.
So we'll have, I think, 5-on-5 coincidentals.
Rob Potter getting the explanation. I think he's telling the official, okay, you know, didn't understand exactly what scenario, but it looks like it's been explained to his satisfaction.
His goalie actually started skating off the ice to the bench real quick because they didn't quite know how that call was going. So I think that's what he was talking about.
So we'll be 5 aside. Coincidentals to Martinez and Swedberg. And loose out front, but falling as she tried to get a shot away there. I believe that was Wente. Wente sends it around. Picked up there by Deneke. Red Knights looking to reverse it, but Wente's going to get there first.
Nice play there.
Benilde just able to squeeze it back out to center. Wente sliding on a knee there, trying to get to that puck. And now brought back in offside by Kaufman as Wente was trapped in the zone there. 1:55 to play here in the second. And again, Maple Grove has certainly had the better of it, but they find themselves trailing 2-1.
Here we go, that paradox again. You know, the one player in these games that could steal a game for you is the goaltender. And at this moment, DeJulio is. You know, all Benilde's had to do is get 2 goals. And now they got to just play tough defense.
2-on-2 rush here. Julia Stelgis will flip it on in, and it takes a crazy bounce there. Blessy, fortunate that she wasn't way out in the corner or anything, because that one would have slowly trickled into the net, I think. She saw it early enough that it was coming toward her. Picked up by McLean. Floats it to Herdine. Herdine has Larson way over on the left. Takes the shot. Stick save. And now Peluso sliding it into the Maple Grove zone. Peluso able to dig it free. She fires and hits the crossbar. Peluso showing great hands, dug that puck free and nearly scored.
That line's been a good line for the Knights. Red Knights, I would probably say they're going to play a lot in the third period, or they should. They've been playing pretty good.
Pius trying to send it out front. Sorum carrying it here for Benilde. Sorum forced way wide, puts it out front, nobody home. It comes back to the point. That shot's blocked. Another try at it. There's a tip, and Blessy has to come out and snare that one out of midair. 32 seconds left here in the second period. Another look at this one. Peluso up with it, fires, and doink. A lot of metal.
Oh my, what a great play though. Look at the hustle she has as she gets deflected off the puck but she stays on it and gets an opportunity, knows exactly where she wants to go with it. A 1/4 inch lower. Now the Red Knights would have a 2-goal lead.
Battle for it in behind the Maple Grove net here. Crimson able to dig it free and flip back out to center. A game that for stretches it seemed like they were really dominating. Now we're going to get a penalty call here against Maple Grove's Riley Norman as she will be called for a high stick.
I believe this will be the Red Knights' first power play of the night, Jay, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct.
They're getting an opportunity to go now. They're running at about 22%, which is an okay number for a power play. You want to be between 20 and 25% in your efficiency. You've done a good job. Oh, watch for number 7 here, Swedberg for the Red Knights. They run everything through her. She's the top D up top, so they'll probably get the puck up to her and she'll distribute from there.
Centering pass, and it's off a skate, and we will reach the end of the second period. And pretty darn good one for Benilde, even though Maple Grove controlled things for a lot of it. Then Benilde gets the go-ahead goal, and on 2 other occasions came very close to scoring. So the Red Knights certainly have a lot more jump in their step as that second period comes to an end. Benilde 2, Maple Grove 1. We'll continue with our coverage of girls high school hockey up next here on 12 Sports.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams.
Michael Adams.
Students who miss 18 days of school in any grade risk falling behind and not graduating. Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today.
2-1 Benilde after 2. Let's go down to Allie.
Jay, Coach, before the game you talked about making adjustments to speed. Do you think that you met or exceeded the Red Knights' speed out on the ice between 2 periods?
I don't think speed was any issue. I think we're the faster team. You know, we're working hard. We're outplaying them, but you know, we just need to go to the net. We're shooting pucks, and we're not having people going to the net and getting rebounds. So.
You guys are down a goal going into the third. What do you tell the girls so that you guys don't come away with your first loss on the season?
Well, it's a test. I mean, we're playing a good team. It's just another test. It's good for us to be down 2-1 going into the third. It's a test to see how they read and react it, and you know, hopefully they come out and do what they can do.
All right, thanks, Coach. Go talk to your girls.
Thank you.
All right, Jay, back to you.
Thanks very much, Allie, and Coach Potter, thanks for taking the time with us here. 2-1 deficit, but he'll have a chance to see how his team can bounce back here after 2 periods. We'll come back with more of our intermission here from the St. Louis Park Rec Center, girls high school hockey on 12 Sports.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Welcome back here to St. Louis Park Rec Center. A good one here tonight. Benilde leading Maple Grove by a score of 2-1. Along with Dan Ficken, I'm Jay Wilcox. We hope you're enjoying not only tonight's game, but all the games that we bring you throughout the season. And Dan, we're, you know, as we approach Christmas time, we're really to about the halfway point of the girls' season. Obviously, it starts quite a bit earlier than some of the other winter sports. And, you know, we've got a couple good teams in action here tonight, and but a lot of good teams around the area this year as well. We're going to see some interesting matchups down the stretch. We can look at, first of all, our AA rankings. Eden Prairie is rated #1. Maple Grove coming in right now at #2, followed up by Edina, Roseau, and Dodge County in the top 5. And then you've got Hill, Murray, Minnetonka, Lakeville, Southwest at Trojans. We'll talk about them in a moment. #9. Benilde sitting there kind of in the weeds at #18. And obviously, you know, of the teams that we cover on a regular basis so far this year, Maple Grove has definitely had the best start. And I think even though they're trailing right now, in a lot of ways, they've looked pretty good here tonight as well. I don't think they've disappointed in terms of their play.
Well, they have. They've dominated, frankly. It's frankly, it's been the Red Knight goalie and opportune shots that the Red Knights have had. But right now, Maple Grove has shown itself to be the class right now of the Northwest. And in that division, they've beaten pretty much. That's all they played as conference foes and done very well against them. They got tested by Elk River. But right now, you got to say they're the front runners. Champlin Park, surprisingly, has had a good season. They're looking pretty good, too. We watched them the other night in a loss to Elk River, but they could be a player in the conference, but they're in a whole new section. I like the Lake. The Lake is, again, dominating. Wayzata is showing itself to be a really good team, solid team, playing well. Minnetonka's back. Edina. And, of course, Hopkins, surprising enough, coming back with a good season. They're well coached. They've had some talent. Any one of these teams could make a bit of a run here in these sections as we go and in the conference. So I think girls hockey in this area is really coming on and doing a good job. Breck came back now in the single way. Blake in our area is doing very well. So we've got some good hockey here, and I'll be excited to watch now on the second half of the season who also will emerge as we go into the sections.
Holiday tournament play coming up for a lot of these teams as well, and I think those are opportunities sometimes to see different teams, but also you get a little bit of a chance to see how different conferences stack up against each other. You know, you're not seeing the same matchups night in, night out, and you get an in-person or on-ice look just at how some of these programs match up.
Exactly, and it gives you a little bit of a breather too. It's more fun because you're not playing conference for conference points, etc. It's a little more fun. You're seeing teams you haven't seen before, and a lot of times you can get in a tournament where maybe you're not playing the top-ranked teams. You know, you can get a little bit more, you know, grind with some teams that are on the same pace with you, and get a little confidence and work on some things. So a lot of things can change after the holiday tournaments, and it tends to be reflected again in the conference as we wind down to the final round of the sections.
We talked a little bit about Wayzata. They're the team that lost to this Benilde team in the Section 6 AA final last year, and of course a little bit of firepower lost for their sake too. But they play a solid defensive game. They've got a lot of talent in their program, and they're somebody you're going to have to keep an eye on as well.
Absolutely, and they play a good physical defensive game. Becky Wacker's done a tremendous job with the Trojans, and that program is getting there. They're a step away right now, as we saw last year. So can they get over the hump this year? But constantly got talent and stuff like that. Not superstars, just good all-around team play. 3 lines that can play with anybody.
All right, we'll continue with our coverage of tonight's game, and it's a good one. Maple Grove has dominated the shots on goal battle and dominated the puck possession time, but they find themselves trailing Benilde 2-1 here after 2. Our second period highlights, and then the third period coming up. Benilde after 2 periods as we check out our highlights from that second period. It started out with Maple Grove pretty well dominating, but in the end, Benilde got the only goal as you get a look at DiGiulio making a nice stop there on the attempt by Deneke. And then here's Peluso working her way in, firing, but it bless you to save. And then that one could have been dangerous, but pretty decent back check to lift Kaufman's stick. And then another good attempt there. That was the one that was very close to going over the goal line. It's hard to tell as DiGiulio laid back with her back on the puck. And then here's a great opportunity as Benilde almost took the lead there, Sorum. And then they do take it here as it crawls over the top of Blessing, winds up in the net. Simone ends up getting credit for the goal. Then they almost scored again just a few seconds after that. Maple Grove getting a pretty good attempt here, and DiGiulio able to fight that one off. And then this one goes off the crossbar from Peluso after she wound up with the steal. So Benilde didn't have a ton of opportunities, but they put a couple pretty good ones together, and they will carry a 1-goal lead into the third as Maple Grove's Norman is in the box. Benilde on the power play to start our third period. We'll take a final timeout here and then come back and drop the puck for our third period as the Crimson and the Red Knights face off again here on 12 Sports.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
So shiny. That's not a flower.
We both love geology.
Oh, look.
An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams.
Michael Adams.
Students who miss 18 days of school in any grade risk falling behind and not graduating. Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today.
Should be a heck of a third period coming up here as Benilde badly outshot in the first two, but leading by a score of 2-1, and Maple Grove trying to find a way to generate some offense. First they have to kill off the remainder of that penalty to Riley Norman, though. Benilde, I think, really got energized late in that period, Dan. Not only did they get that one goal, but they were able to do some other things pretty well and get a couple more pretty good chances too.
Yeah, absolutely. They bounced back very nicely to grab a 2-1 lead and actually kept the pressure on, not sitting back laying on one goal. They had an opportunity to get two more. Coach Herbst has got to be really pleased right now, and it had to be an interesting locker room in the Maple Grove locker room, because you're telling your girls, you've played well, you've dominated. The score doesn't reflect it, okay? But here's what we got to do. And what I'm going to look at is what Coach Potter said. They're going to start getting people to the net in front of it. They've got to start disrupting Julio. She's sitting there too comfortably. They didn't get a lot of people in front of the net. And when they did, they got good opportunities. I would expect to see them to do that in this period, to get the tying goal and then get the go-ahead goal.
I wouldn't be surprised if, in some way the Maple Grove coaches are kind of secretly not too disappointed to have to see their team, be in this position, to have to fight back from a deficit, even though they've been playing well.
Absolutely. They've really only been in one tight game, and I think that was the Elk River game Maple Grove was, but this is really the first real test for both these teams.
McLean and Sorum will face off again. Benilde is on the power play, but Maple Grove wins it, and Abby Larson will hack it into the Red Knight zone. Larson trying to free that puck up to herself there. Sorum, and pass went through Sammy Dieterding, who fell down, and it's going to be icing against Benilde. And we will come back into the Red Knight zone with 1:35 remaining in the Benilde power play.
Well, so far the Red Knights got to be pretty pleased. I think it's because I've been looking at the schedule for both these teams too. Oh my gosh, they both got murderous schedules in preparation for that section.
Bailey went trying to get that pass out of there. And Crimson with a shorthanded rush here, as Went will float one in. DeJulio gonna glove it and hang on, and Went goes directly at her there.
I think the gauntlet got thrown down there. Just letting DeJulio know we're coming, and we're gonna be right here with you, so be ready. Really good penalty kill by the Crimson here. You
like to see, at least so far, the way there appears to be no head hanging at trailing 2-1. It's in fact the opposite. They seem to be in the let's go get this thing kind of mode right now.
Well, you come out, Jay, with you got a full 17 minutes to play. They didn't score the lead goal with only a minute left in the game. Plenty of time for this.
And chopped down the rink again here as Benilde's been unable to get anything at all set up on the power play. And that pass goes off target, but Peluso picks it up and couldn't quite stay on side despite a great effort to do so by Conry.
Well, they're going to have to want to keep an eye on number 4 in the red and white. She's been a real sniper tonight, but she's got one of the goals, and she almost had a second one just roofing it, taking it off the top of the goal post.
Cleared back out and then sent ahead to Conry here. Under 15 to go in the power play for Benilde. They lead it 2-1 here early in the third, and that one comes out high. And a chance for Maple Grove to counter, but penalty time is now over. As Swedberg plays it ahead, and then Peluso dumps it into the Maple Grove zone. Tippy Hill back to get it there for the Crimson. Leaves it for Herdeen. Herdeen giving it ahead here. Sydney Hansen will carry it on in. Hansen had it swept away just as she thought about shooting there by Cornell. Sorum deflects it to the corner. Oh, nice job on the steal, though. Chance in tight for Maple Grove. Turnaround try, and it went off the pad of DiGiulio, it looked like.
Good position by DiGiulio, though. She stayed with the puck, not the player. Did a nice job of getting her pads down, staying centered.
Flip back into the Benilde zone here. Cornell being pursued by Larson. Fanned on by the Crimson as they try to keep that one in. And offside is Benilde, as a kind of a long and winding road taken by Sorum there. Not much Julia Stelgis could do about that.
And caught up, just a quick movement by the blue line, just being forced to move over by the Crimson D, causing an offside.
Two-on-two on the rush here, and Crimson Herdeen trying to go to the net. Herdeen blocked that pass. Comes away with it. Herdeen floating it out front. Now out high. Here's a drive, and it deflects into the corner. Not sure what that hit. Now Larson coming away with it. Leaves it for Herdeen. Back out top here to Riley Norman. Crimson trying to get traffic in front. Thrown down low. Herdeen trying to give it back to Larson. That pass is blocked. Benilde needs to relieve the pressure here, and they will send it down, but they're going to wave off. Icing is just coming off the bench. There was Wente, and they rule it bounced right by her. So Wente will pick it up. Kaufman giving it back. Wente will flip it into the corner here, and they'll go forecheck. Pass intercepted. Oh, and it just hopped away there. It would have been a chance for the Crimson. Sent in by Dieterding here for Benilde. Nice interception by Sorum. Sorum trying to jam it in short side there. Leslie did a good job hugging the post. Kick free out of the corner, and the Red Knights able to come up with it. Dieterding sending it back down and right back in behind. Penalty coming up on Maple Grove as Sorum was dumped. And heading off will be Sydney Hansen for Maple Grove.
She wasn't really happy with that call, and she kind of let the Red Knights, I don't know who she victimized on it, but put her down one more time. You got to be careful here, man. Don't let your frustrations get to you. You can see it coming up right there. She interferes with player. A little bit of an act there. That wasn't malicious.
Tripping call against Hansen will give Benilde a power play. Kept in at the line there by the Red Knights. Simone comes up with it. Simone firing, and Blessy makes the stop as it hit her right on the 3-2 on the front of her jersey there. She did a good job following as there was some traffic kind of circling in front of her there. And
well, remember when Coach Herbst was saying after the first period, we got to win battles, we got to win one-on-ones. They did that time. A lot of good individual effort that created a shot there. And if you do that, you're going to come out with an opportunity.
Nice job to keep that one in. Floated back across a little behind Sydney Simone. And lifted back the other way to Simone. Back up to the point, a dangerous one there. Boy, they were lucky to maintain it, and now an interception. And Kaufman will send it on in. 1 minute to go on the power play here for Benilde. They turn it over, but they were in good position there, no harm done. Stelgis trying to bring it in and get that power play set up as they were changing behind her, and it's flipped back out by Maple Grove. Swedberg back to gather it here for the Red Knights. Over to Stelgis. And onto the tape of Connery. Connery getting into the circle. Put a shot on, and Blessy the save, and then a Benilde player goes in, knocks the net off. It's Julia Stelgis, and again, they have a real nice game program that they put out, or season program for Benilde. And Julia Stelgis, who ends up going into the net here, I gotta love her answer. Do you have a message to your parents? And she says, "Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Thank you for being awesome and dealing with me and my teenagerness." Now, that could probably go for everybody's parents in just about all these high school teams, right?
Absolutely. Oh, my gosh. It's nice that she recognizes that.
I'm not sure that's a word, but I love it anyway. And, of course, her grandparents are somebody that you know quite well, Dan, and Roger Stelgis used to coach in the Osseo program.
Yes, he did, and a little bit in the Park Center program, too, and longtime history teacher at Park Center.
Penalty time is now over here. A little over 10 minutes to go in the hockey game. Benilde holding a 2-1 lead, but a turnover. And they're able to knock that shot attempt down of Denike's. And now the rush back the other way. Sorum is all alone, though, and it's swept back out of there. Houston trying to chase it down here for Benilde. Tried to pound it out, but Larson read it well and blocked it.
We talk a little bit about Abby Larson beginning again. Those are the little things she does. She's just a really good, smart hockey player. She knows where to be. She agitates. She turns the puck over from the other team. Really a good hockey player.
Obviously, there's still a ton of time to go, but the way this third period is going is, I think, exactly how Benilde would like it to. Just, keep taking shifts, dump the puck in.
Yep.
They don't mind if there aren't a ton of chances their way, as long as there aren't a ton of chances for Maple Grove either.
Well, I'll tell you what, on the Crimson side, they're starting to grip them sticks a little tighter. But this is what Coach Potter was saying, too. This is a test. See how they work back from adversity here. Even though they played well, they haven't gotten rewarded for it. Well, how do you fight back?
Brought into the Red Knight zone here by Pius. Circles back to get it. Pius up with it just as she tried to shoot. Lundberg got a stick on it. Crimson able to bring it right back in as they're finishing up a change. And Lundberg will lift this one down the rink. And Blessy will let it go, and it is in fact icing. She was going to play it and then realized that probably might have gotten word from the bench to let that one go. So icing call here against Benilde. 8:37 to go here in the third as you get a look at Coach Potter. And win, lose, or draw, there were a lot of good things tonight, but obviously, again, like we said, how do you fight back? And even though you maybe felt like you probably should be winning after two, you weren't.
Well, I'll tell you what, it sure makes you get their attention at practice the next day when 10-0 is a little tough. You can get complacent. So, yeah, I don't think he's too bummed out about this situation at all.
And realistically, for Maple Grove or any team, I don't think coming into a season going undefeated is necessarily a goal anybody really mentions or anything. I mean, yeah, you'd like to win every time you go out there, but just getting ready and doing things to be ready to compete at section time are really what it's all about, especially in December.
Yeah, good opportunity here. Good high shot, but look at where DeJulia is. She's out at the top of the crease. We were talking about that a little earlier on the other side, but really nice job. But you're right. And going undefeated, boy, I'll tell you what, that is about as realistic as mud.
Well, and you talk to some coaches and there's some battling going on after. They say, if we go undefeated, that means I haven't scheduled hard enough.
You got it, exactly. There's just too many good teams, especially in your own conferences, too. I mean, we look at this, but good opportunity here. Just good fighting. Hardeen's just been really good. And, of course, who's standing there? Of course, Abby Larson.
Hardeen, and looking at that again, her stick was being held up quite a bit there, possibly enough that there could have been a penalty call. Now here's Benilde with a 2-on-1 chance, a shot. Oh, and Blessy makes a huge save. Back out to the point. That shot attempt knocked down. Boy, remember that one. If Maple Grove can come back to tie or go ahead, Blessy really saved the day right there when it could have made it 3-1. Hardeen trying to get that.
A good turnaround here by the Crimson. They got a line change for them as they intercept the puck. And here we go. They're jumping at it again.
Puck never left the zone here. Fires, and that one went off the crossbar, I believe, after it hit DeJulio's glove. Another near miss there.
That one got on her quick. I think she's very surprised by that shot. She got enough on her to deflect it, but boy, that was a rip.
And then Wendt will toss another one on goal here and force a face-off in the Benilde zone. Another look at this. I thought it hit glove and then crossbar, but we'll get a better look here. Maybe the side of her mask it was.
Hit her mask. It did surprise her. It got on her real fast.
Kaufman back out to Kampa. That one goes wide. Swedberg getting to it and then dumped by Stelgis. Kampa will track it down here for Maple Grove. Kaufman possessing, and their offside is over here on the left. On the near side here, Wendt, I think, lost her balance a little bit. She was trying to get back out and couldn't quite make it in time.
Just little things that make a difference here and there. Getting caught offside and not quite being able to get back. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
Yeah, that's a nice one floated into the bench here by Swedberg. That's what I was saying with Benilde, those kind of games where you're just kind of taking shift after shift, getting changes when you like to, dumping the puck, and all of a sudden you look up and wow, the game's almost over, and that's what they're hoping. I mean, you don't want to play tentative, but at the same time, they're playing exactly how they should be with this lead. Stelgis will chip it back into the Crimson zone.
And you keep everything in front of you. It's like being a good secondary. Keep everything in front of you. Don't get caught behind.
Freed up there by Sorum, and then a shot on, and Blessy directs that to the corner. Back out to the point. Here's Swedberg, a shot, stick save, and that one pops way up in the air and above the netting and into the corner of the building here. So another face-off with 6:08 remaining in the third, and Benilde trying to hand Maple Grove its first loss of the season. They lead it by a score of 2-1.
Well, Blessy's look good here in this part of the period. She is engaged in this game. We've seen some good saves and deflections on getting the puck out of trouble. She's not letting it bounce out in front of her, etc., etc.
Banked off the end boards here and a battle for it. And it comes alongside. Blessy knocks that one away, and then it comes right back to her there as Dieterding was battling there. Blessy will hang on.
Enough of this nonsense. This puck's a little too close to me. I'm going to get it in my glove. Stop it. Let's get reorganized here. Good forechecking by BSM here. The Red Knights are doing a good job, kind of keeping Maple Grove a little bottled up.
Yeah, the lopsided look that we saw for most of that first period. We're not really seeing that anymore. Crimson on the rush here. Shot and a pad save by DeJulio, and controlled the rebound enough to not let it come right to a Crimson player.
The amount of rebounds being given up by both goalies since the first period has just changed dramatically. Look at his move.
Sorum carrying it, but then was 1 against 3, and the Crimson back the other way with McLean. McLean floats a pass across, and pretty good back check there, although it was scary for a moment for Benilde. Hack back down into the corner. Sorum trying to lift that one out. That pass goes off a skate. And they'll reverse it around.
There we go.
Conry trying to get it out, but can't do so. Went putting it out front. It deflects off a Crimson player. And Pius nearly got a goal off of her chest or midsection there. But staying with it all the way was DeJulio, and now the Red Knights will ice it here with 4:40 to play in the third.
That was pretty cool. That was an intentional body move, whatever, you see. I don't think it was. Just getting knocked down from behind, but good opportunity there.
Wendt and Peluso facing off. Wendt wins it for the Crimson, and the shot sailing high up and over the top.
And Maple Grove's at the point of this game now is when they get the puck and they are inside the zone, they're going to get a shot. They're going to try, if they get open, to put anything on net they can.
Flip back out to center. Campa intercepting there. Knocked away from Wendt, and Peluso trying to come up with it here for Benilde. Peluso ridden off it though. And dumped on in, and it's going to roll right to DeJulio, and getting some snow on her is Sydney Hansen as she went to the net.
She went hard, boy, I'll tell you. She's really trying to make an effort here. She'll take that snow. And Maple Grove's what they got to do. They got to get somebody in front of DeJulio. They can't let her. She's seeing things clearly, and the defense of Benilde is doing a good job of keeping them cleared out in front. They're starting to go to battle in front. They weren't doing that in the first period.
Knocked away as it was brought to the net by Deneke there. Now Sorum will bank it on in. Crimson can't get it out. Sorum's pass and knocked away. Deneke had it from Crimson coming back. 2-on-2 on the rush. Kaufman puts on the brakes and fires, and that one was going to sail over the net, but DeJulio decided she wanted a face-off there and will hang on.
Good move by Kaufman there. She came back and got in for a shot with her stick on the inside. If she maybe would have waited about another second there, we could have had a Crimson player in front of the net.
Here's Larson, but her shot is deflected. They have done a much better job of getting sticks to pucks and being in position defensively. I mean, remember back, especially in the first period, there were a lot of plays like that one where they left their goalie to make the save all by herself.
Oh yeah, the Crimson player came totally clean and got a really good shot on it. They're really not letting them have that anymore. And they're more physical in front of the net with people standing there too.
Herdine shot knocked down and then swept back out of there. Hill back to gain possession for Maple Grove. Pass deflected. Larson has to come back for it. Larson trying to work the puck into the Benilde zone, and now does. Around to Swedberg. Her pass is tipped. Stelgis able to chip it to center anyway. Right back in.
Get it out, bang. Get it out. Get it out. Get it out. Good philosophy. Watch now. There'll be one forechecker here. They'll have 4 people back.
Larson leaving the puck here for McLean. McLean up that left wing. Circles all the way around, dropping it down low, and just taken there by Cornell. And now Benilde back the other way. Here comes Sorum. Drops it over to Dieterding, but lost sight of it. Now gets it back, puts it all the way through. Simone over there to get it. 2:15 to go in the third. Benilde clinging to a 2-1 lead, trying to hand Maple Grove its first loss of the season. Banked but not out.
2 minutes.
Now Pius coming hard up the left side. Nice poke check there. Good positioning by Truman. Sorum throws it at somebody who was heading off there. They're kind of fortunate the way that one worked out. Now Wendt bringing it into the zone, but not for long. It's swept down. It'll be an icing call, though, against Benilde. Maybe a timeout opportunity, perhaps. Minute 36 to go here in the third, and a 2-1 Red Knight lead.
Well, you notice on Benilde now, 4 people back. They're forming a box, and they're keeping that middle open. They're not letting anything in, keeping everything outside. Like you said, Jay made a good point, getting the sticks in the way in the passing lanes, and disrupting that attack.
Off the draw, it comes loose out front.
Well, that was key.
Connery coming up with it, but then broken up at center. Kaufman couldn't get the puck in, though, and Benilde's Peluso does get the puck in at the other end. Left there for Baldwin. Boy, they haven't been able to just break it out easy as can be like they were early in the game either. Benilde's done a lot of nice adjustments in the forecheck, too.
Very much.
Kaufman circles back. Nice pass across, shot and a goal! Tied up.
Beauty.
Great patience for the Crimson, and we are evened up with exactly a minute to go in the third. They stayed with it, and they get it. Larson, I believe, ended up putting this one in.
But here, look at the play by Kaufman here. Look at this.
No.
Wow. I think you're right, though. I think it was Abby Larson, Jay.
Yeah, Deneke gets the goal.
Yeah.
Okay. He got
nice play by
swarmed so much by her teammates they couldn't pick out. Here's another opportunity. Ooh, and a nice stop by DeJulio that time on Wente. Now back out to the point. 40 seconds to go. Maple Grove now seeing an opportunity. Here's a shot. Oh, just wide. They pick it up off the end boards. And Herdeen tried to get a shot away, but knocked loose by Simone. 25 seconds to go. Maple Grove not satisfied with getting the tie. They were going all out for the win. Chance for a 2-on-1 now. On the rush, and pushed just wide by Kaufman. Played back down deep. 10 seconds to go. Benilde looking to survive and hang on till overtime here now. Simone comes away with it. They're telling her to eat it there, and that's what's going to happen. So Maple Grove down to their last minute, able to tie it up as Deneke pumped it in off the nice feed from Kaufman, and we are going to go extra time here tonight at the St. Louis Park Rec Center. Fantastic finish to regulation as Maple Grove evens it up. We will come back with our overtime session here on 12 Sports. It's 2-2 through regulation.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams.
Michael Adams.
Students who miss 18 days of school in any grade risk falling behind and not graduating. Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today.
A lot of twists and turns in this one. Maple Grove rallies to tie it up with exactly a minute to go as Katie Deneke gets the goal to make it 2-2, and Maple Grove came with a lot of fire after that too and nearly tried to pull out the win. If you're just joining us, Maple Grove really dominated the first period especially, and really the first two, but they were trailing 2-1. And Benilde was doing a lot of good things, had a pretty good third period, and looked like they might hang on and hand Maple Grove that loss. And now the Crimson new life after they battle back to tie things up. And now heading into OT, they certainly have the momentum. You know, it's tough sometimes when you're Benilde. You know, you're going through that third period protecting a lead, and then now all of a sudden turn back to not having a lead anymore. It can be tough.
Well, we'll see if the air got let out of the bag for him, because you and I were talking here during the break. I mean, Benilde got better and better. The way they were playing a game, they did make an adjustment and play a different game. It was a box and one, played it for about 8 minutes and did a great job. They got some opportunities in the period. We'll go back to that save that you mentioned that Blessy made coming across. That could have been the killer. But Maple Grove fought back. Now we'll see if Benilde is deflated, if they're stepping back on their heels, because you know Maple Grove's coming after them. There's no question about it. Maple Grove's going to put a ton of pressure on them. And we'll see if DeJulio can stand up to it. And maybe Benilde gets a little extra situation and steals one here sometime in the next 8 minutes.
Yeah, the way that regulation ended, I have the feeling Maple Grove was going to try and end it on the first or second shift. I mean, obviously, you kind of always would like to have that mentality, but they were really flying late. Here comes Herdine. Had it poke checked, and now Benilde back the other way. Simone getting it ahead to Sorum. And that one knocked down. Circling back out of there is Sydney Hansen. Larson had her stick tied up. The race is on here. Swedberg gets there. Coming back is McLean, and she will relay it into the Red Knight zone. Swedberg spinning away.
In overtime here now, Jay, don't get cute. Get the puck deep in the other team's zone and go after it and try to get a shot, but don't get cute. Pretty don't count in overtime.
Ahead to Simone, but knocked away from her there by Riley Norman. Benilde changing up. Deneke. Deneke firing, stick save, and it goes high off the glass. Deneke gets to it. Comes right back to her in the corner, but Red Knight's able to come away with it. Good step up there by Baldwin. And then flip back into the Crimson zone. Blessy will play this one. Bank back out to center, relayed back in. Caught up in some skates there, including the official. And Maple Grove wanted a penalty there as Peluso got physical. Now here's Kaufman. Lauren Kaufman putting it out front, and it bounces away. And now cleared on out. No icing here as the puck slows down on that ice that has plenty of snow on it after the third period. And that pass doesn't connect, and again, a wave off icing. Blessy comes out to play at first, though, is Sorum.
Get moving.
Back into the Benilde zone. And a turnover forced. It comes loose alongside the net. It pops high in the air, and the Crimson unable to get a stick on it. And now Sorum coming out of there with it, and she will send it down. This time it will be icing on the Red Knights as Maple Grove made a bid to end it there.
Nice move here, coming around the net, sort of going all the way around. She short shifts, it comes back up top on the near side because you saw a player there and got a bouncy going like they scored their, or like Benilde scored that one goal.
Well, DeJulio took a swat at it with her glove, and it just hit the tip of her glove and then kind of died right there, but they couldn't get one more stick on it. Now that one slides all the way through. Larson hustling over, freed it up to McLean out front. Ooh, and that one hits the outside of the goalpost. They get it again. Here's Larson, and that one sails over the net. Huge collision there along the wall. Both players appear to be all right, Stelgis and McLean. Now Peluso coming back, flips it through. This could be, nope, not going to be icing. Blessy will come out and play it. Fight for it in the corner. And now tipped ahead to McLean. Larson joining her. McLean sliding it through. It's knocked to the corner. Larson gets there first, but then knocked away, and Benilde back the other way. Stelgis. That pass broken up. Stelgis then flipping it ahead, knocked away. Here's Kaufman. Kaufman carrying it. Shot blocked. Rebound try over the top of the net from Deneke. She was alone in front, but tried to go under the crossbar and instead sent it high. This one sent down, but Blessy's going to have to play it. Ahead for Deneke. Leaving it over now. Here's a chance for Wente. She fires. Pad save. Big rebound. But Simone comes back to get it for Benilde. Boy, we go end to end here. Sorham rather. Crimson trying to get a breakout going as they get it to Kaufman on the wall. Kaufman across. Deneke spinning to gather it. Close to being offside. Now the pass is tipped. Out front. Oh, there's another stop by DiGiulio. Now Simone. That one is kept in. Great play by Wendt. And sent back out. No icing here. Boy, we thought the third period was exciting. OT's even better yet.
You just keep talking, Jay. I'm having fun watching. Just go ahead, buddy. Oh my gosh, is this going back and forth? Both teams. I'm liking it.
Campa carries it in deep here for the Crimson. Campa trying to come out front. Peluso tied her up. Where is it? And the sent out front. DiGiulio was thinking the same thing I was. Yep. Briefly lost sight of it. Sent into the Maple Grove zone. Maple Grove's pretty much controlling the OT here, but plenty of end-to-end stuff here. Swedberg pushes it into the corner there. And if the rest of the game has shown us anything, that's, you know, getting more shots isn't necessarily what's going to win you the game, because Benilde had a lead despite being badly outshot in regulation. Here's an opportunity. That one knocked down. Crimson get it right back. Larson tried to drag it around the D, but it was knocked back out to center. Baldwin picking it up. She will send it right back in. Boy, this really tests your conditioning here. This has been end-to-end hard skating OT. Sorham drifting back. She has been good tonight. Trying to knock it in, but doesn't happen. Flip back out to center. Simone controlling it. She scored the go-ahead goal for Benilde earlier. Puts it up front. Oh, and Blessy makes a save, but couldn't control it. Sorham didn't get all of that shot, but it was still a dangerous chance. Here's McLean. She'll send it into the corner and head off on a change. A minute 50 to go in overtime. 2-2 tie. Here's an opportunity. Pass, drop back, and a return. Out to the point it comes, and that one bounces the corner. Someone's glove laying there in the circle. And now Red Knights able to relieve the pressure. Campa back to play it. Minute 15 to go in overtime. Here's Deneke, a 3-on-2. Deneke carrying it in. Tried to slide one out front for her teammate. It looked like Wente. Now it comes loose again. Red Knights able to gain control. A minute to go in overtime. Oh, and it takes a bounce right off a skate and right back. Here's a shot by Wente, and that one goes just wide. Herdeen. They've timed it out, so they get this line back out there at the end, and the shot bounces out. Larson wins the race to that puck. And now Herdeen comes off the wall with it. Stick save there. Herdeen has it back for Maple Grove. Red Knights trying to clear, and now do so, and here's Sorham. Sorum will flip one in on Blessy and had a little trouble. And they'd already sounded the whistle as it came loose at the end. And with 25 seconds to go in overtime, still tied at 2-2. And wow, this has been a great OT.
It's been a great OT, and Benilde played some really good defense. They've been challenged, but still they don't look out of control here. And Blessy's been challenged just the last couple shots.
That pass intercepted, and here's Maple Grove the other way with Herdeen. Herdeen up the right side. Herdeen firing and just over the top of the cage. 5 seconds to go in OT. And now the puck comes free. Herdeen putting it in. The buzzer sounds. And we have come to the end of this one. And we will end up in a thrilling 2-2 tie. Now Maple Grove, on one hand, excited that they pulled it out of the fire and didn't get a loss.
Yep.
But I'm sure disappointed that they didn't, follow through and get an overtime win. Benilde has to be overall pretty thrilled. I mean, yes, when you give up a lead late, you don't enjoy that part. But overall, the way they play, they have to be pretty excited.
I got to be honest with you. Benilde's got to be happy because they played the kind of game their coach thought they would. They got outshot, but their goalie stood up and has got to win some games for him. Now, she got a tie for him. But I thought they got better. They got their defense in a better shape. Maple Grove, okay, they tied it. Just good game all around. I don't see any detraction here at all. They had tremendous opportunities, but they ran into a hot goalie. It happens, But overall, what do you say to the kids? They did everything right except get the puck in the net. And any coach could tell you, figure out a way to get people to score. Let me know. We'll make $1 million. Good game all the way around, I thought, for both teams.
All right, fantastic contest tonight, and Maple Grove and Benilde skate to a 2-2 tie. Hope you've enjoyed tonight's telecast, and I'm sure you probably did here. It was a good one. For Dan Ficken, Allie Arlt, and all of our crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Good night from the St. Louis Park Rec Center.